Welcome to day one of challenges in the Battle of Chefs Africa. Today, we kick off things with the most important meal of the day, breakfast.
Welcome and congratulations again. It's amazing to have you all here. This is a great platform, and I'm really happy that everybody took a chance to come and join this competition. So your first challenge for today, it's a breakfast challenge. You will have 35 minutes to make us a breakfast in your own words, or what you would like people to have as a breakfast. It doesn't have to be the typical eggs and sausage and chips. We want to see something creative, something unique. You will have 5 minutes to take a walk around and just have a quick look at the ingredients. Then you will position yourself on the stations, and then we will start the timer, 35 minutes. Okay, everybody, your time starts now. Okay, your first challenge was the breakfast challenge. Some of you definitely understood the challenge and you delivered. Some of you, unfortunately, felt a little bit short. For this challenge, 2 of you will be leaving us. Can I please have Lee, Adam, David, and Musib? Your dishes today were the top 4 dishes. So well done. Were you afraid? But there were 2 dishes that really stood out for us, and we couldn't decide on one winner. The 2 dishes that really stood out for us today were Lee and Adam. They were very different, and we just couldn't fault them at all. Let me now have Sibongile, Augustine, Chifundo. I think we had a few details that were missing within the dishes. As much as they were properly executed, we didn't feel like the challenge was met as much as we thought you could have. For that reason, we will still see you in the next round, as we think you also presented a lot of creativity. But we hope to see more. You're all safe. Can we have Sarah, Amina, Roderick, and Martha? Your dishes were the 4 bottom dishes. We expected a lot more from this challenge, and being a breakfast challenge, for us it was something quite basic. 2 of you will be leaving us today, and 2 of you will get a second chance. Roderick, I'm sorry, but you're no longer with us. Sarah, Amina, Martha. Sarah, you were saved by that date cake. If it wasn't for that date cake, you would have been leaving us today. There was nothing on that plate that would have let us keep you today, except the date cake. So because of that, you will proceed into the next challenge. Ladies, it has been wonderful knowing you guys. Short but sweet. But unfortunately, it is a competition, and we do have to find a winner.
Yes.
So the person leaving us today is Amina. Martha?
Yes.
Well done.
Thank
We will see you in the next round.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you.
Challenge number 2. Congratulations to everybody. It gets better from here. Your next challenge is a salad challenge. We all love a good salad, but we're not talking about your typical lettuce, cabbage all the time. No. We want to see your salad, your own creativity on that plate. It's a simple thing to do, but complex at the same time.
It's the right cut.
There's no pressure. Okay.
That's crazy.
I had given you 35 minutes, but I think 35 minutes for a salad is pretty long. So, you have 30 minutes.
What was that?
You will have 30 minutes to complete this challenge. The bottom two salads will be eliminated today.
Or what? The total of.
Your time starts now.
Did you get that? I didn't. I'm not going to think, is our salt very salty?
I'm trying to think this. I had the same thing.
Because everyone seems to be putting a little too much salt.
You're not ironic.
I think your flavors have grown from the last time we had you.
Yes, it is.
Last time we got a lot of just the Indian flavors, the Indian spices. But I feel like eating your food now, you tried new things and you're trying to spice them differently and stuff. So I think it worked very well. Your potatoes are not cooked. First, I had a potato that was a tad bit salty, and I was about to give the comment that here we go with the salt again. But then I tried everything as a whole. The sweetness of the vinaigrette actually calms the saltiness down. But I think we shouldn't have to have another component calm something down. If we can just sort of reduce the salt level, then it evens. But apart from that, I feel like your flavors work very well. The texture of the salad itself, it's quite different. Even though most of the ingredients were used by others, but I feel like the texture of yours is a little bit different because the potatoes are slightly overcooked, so they mashed just a little bit. Contestants, challenge number 2, done. You had to present to us your perfect salad. I must say, it's definitely a step up from the last challenge. You guys really battled it out. There was a lot of close calls, but well done. Can I have Nancy, Jamil, Musib, Augustine, Florian, Adam, Gabrielle, and Lee in the front? Yours were the top salads of the day. So well done. We were happy on how some of you used the simple ingredients, but added your wow factor to them. And then we were also happy how some of you didn't use the usual ingredients and you turned it into something we didn't expect you to make in 30 minutes. So very impressive, well done, and I hope it keeps getting better from here. But we have one special surprise. The top 2 dishes have immunity in the next challenge, meaning you will not participate in the next challenge. You will proceed to the next. The best 2 salads of the day were Chef Lee, double stripe. This next one was a surprise to us. But we love surprises when they're good. Gabrielle. May I have David, Fiona, Jane, and Upendo? As you all know, this is a competition. There will be a winner, and some contestants must leave us. Your dishes were the bottom 4 dishes. This was a very interesting challenge. Everybody really stepped up their game, and we felt like you didn't put as much effort into this challenge as you should have. 2 of you will be leaving us today. David, as much as I love your creativity, but I feel like sometimes you try to do a bit too much, which sort of takes you a step back from actually showing your potential. And you have a lot of talent. Just utilize it well and try to bring things together. I will see you in the next round. Fiona. Fiona, for most of you that don't know, didn't make it through the auditions. She had a dream about her, and we called her back, and then she made an amazing dish. That's how Fiona got through to this round.
This must be very good.
And our last winner was named Fiona. So we had high hopes. But you really let us down in this challenge. We feel like you have a lot of potential. That's why we will see you in the next round. Nintendo and Jane, unfortunately, this is the end. Okay. We hope to see you again, better. And as you all know, we're here to support you in any way that's excellent. Yes. Thank you very much. Contestants, thank you. Well done. We will see you in the next challenge.
Thank you.
Okay, contestants, welcome to your next challenge. This is a cook-off challenge. You are meant to be divided into 4 groups. Every group was going to be given an ingredient that you would compete against each other, and one person from each group would have been eliminated. But we had 2 people that were not able to make it today. So, in this round, only one of you will be eliminated. And we have 2 ingredients. Your 2 ingredients are spinach and cassava. But this is how it goes. Spinach, cassava, 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 spinach. That's how it goes. You have 30 minutes. Your time to start track. like you're playing it safe. You're really playing it safe because this is just a creamy pasta. And the way you utilize the spinach, this dish is more of showing off the pasta and the cream. I don't feel like the flavor of the spinach really came through. So I feel like you could have utilized the spinach better. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see you playing it safe anymore. Okay, tell us about what ingredient did you get?
I got cassava.
Cassava. Yay. So what did you present to us?
So I made a spicy coconut cassava with some chicken and onions and a drizzle of lemon.
And you managed 30 minutes to make the cassava?
Yeah, I tried. Just the cassava was a bit hard, but
Yeah. Okay, well done. I love the flavor. There's a nice coconut curry. My only problem is that the flavor of the cassava is drowning in the curry itself.
Okay.
You don't get a taste to say this is cassava.
yeah.
That's my only problem. The chicken, you can see that this is chicken. It has all the flavors infused. But your main ingredient to stand out, to shine, was all those small things were supposed to be based around the cassava. The cassava should have been our main thing. So as much as I feel like your flavors work perfectly, I don't feel you utilized the cassava very well. So I take it you got spinach.
Let's start.
Yes. So cassava was your main dish. I mean your main ingredient. But looking at this, what do you think your main ingredient is? Looking at this dish. Your flavors are better than the other spaghetti dish that I just tasted. But I don't get any spinach. No spinach. The problem we were having with most dishes is that the other elements were overpowering the star element. But I like in your dish that even though you've got chicken, it didn't overpower the spinach. The spinach is actually still the star. Before looking at the chicken, I still want to eat the spinach. I'm not even going to get the flavors of the spinach. I feel like you have a lot going on in there, and I hope I'm proved wrong, but I can already...
But I'm actually going to hunt for the spinach, right? And I can open this. Can you see?
Yeah.
Look at that. No spinach.
I think I'm going to say this again. Sorry, you're going to hear me like a broken record. I feel like everybody did not get the challenge.
I can understand where you're coming from.
Because looking at this, my first taste wants to be the puree and the steak. I don't even want to pick up the chips.
Because the steak looks
Because
good.
the steak looks amazing, and the fact that you said pea puree, I love anything that people don't do ordinary, not always the mashed potato. So pea puree, I love pea puree. The star is not the cassava.
I'll mention something to you. Liver is one organ that's very, very strong. And trust me, if you taste this, it's tasting of liver. Even the rice is just liver. So the whole idea was for the cassava to come through. Even if you had a small piece of cassava, then you'd have come with a smaller portion.
Well done. I love how you've used your ingredients and how others would come up with an excuse, but you had no excuse. You literally gave us everything in spinach. Your spaghetti is cooked perfectly. Your meat is nice and tender, beautiful flavor. But for this challenge, you did not meet this challenge. Spinach was supposed to be your star. Your star here is the meat. And the fact that I love how your spaghetti is cooked. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see lots of spinach with a tiny bit of meat. I think that would have been great. Well, it's nice to see you did something very creative with it.
Thank you.
10 out of 10 for presentation. 10 out of 10 for creativity. I like the flavor of the chicken. I love how we see green and we know you used your spinach. But the only problem is the flavor you've done with the chicken is killing the spinach. So I don't taste the spinach. It's green, but I don't taste the spinach. I like how you've used the spinach and the flavors of the spinach. Next time, when something is your star ingredient, put a lot of it. You see, we have more carrot than spinach. I just took one piece, you took a piece, there's no more spinach. We have a lot of chicken. I would have preferred even you put one piece of chicken, surround it with spinach. Because spinach was supposed to be the star. Yeah. Contestants, another challenge. Well done. I felt like I gave a lot of praise for the salad challenge, and in this challenge we relaxed all over again. So, firstly, let's have Jamil, Sofana, Walumo, Chimwemwe, Jamila, Florian, Fiona, Musib, and Chifundo. This team right here presented amazing dishes. But not for this challenge. All of you did not utilize the star ingredient of the dish today, which was spinach and cassava. Next time there's such a challenge, please take into consideration making that particular ingredient the star. You're all safe. We'll see you in the next round. Martha, can I have Martha and Mary? These were the two bottom dishes. One of you will be leading us. The person staying, we feel like you have a lot more creativity, but something is limiting you. And we would still like to see you go further in the competition. And that person is Martha. Mary, well done, and thank you very much for being a part of this competition. This is not the end. We will definitely be seeing you next time. Thank you. Now, can I have Chimwemwe, Adam, Sibongle, and Les? Can I have a big round of applause? We couldn't even pick the best dish out of the four of you. They were just all amazing. So, because you had the four best dishes for tomorrow's challenge, you are team captains. Only the team leaders will get a chance to go to the store first thing in the morning to pick up 5 ingredients for your team. You will have to prepare a starter, a main, and a dessert.
That's it for today's challenge. Thank you, contestants. Thank you, judges. And thank you to our sponsors. See you next time on the next episode in the Battle of Chefs Africa.